Yeah, hi there. And these comments, I'm to just use your initials N, and I'm looking at your specific situation. So you've taken 3 TOEFL tests over the last 3 months. You've taken one, and it looks like in March. You took a TOEFL exam in April, and then one in May. And after this, you got very upset. I can understand, because your score is stuck right around 70, right? So let's just take a look at the last test that you took. So you had 21 points reading, 8 points listening. It looks like this one is a fluke, which means you had a bad day, something happened there. This is probably not your normal listening comprehension proficiency, I'm guessing. But 15, it's every time, right? And the writing area, you seem to be stuck in the same area. So it looks like, in my opinion, you need a lot of help in the speaking and the writing area. The listening hopefully will be better the next time you do it. Now here's rule number 1, though. I'm going to give you one specific thing. Stop taking the TOEFL test. A lot of people take it over and over and over. Don't do that. There's actually practice test websites out there that offer a full-length IBT practice test. It takes 5 hours to take the test. It's exactly like the real TOEFL. You get all the same information. All 6 of your speaking tasks are scored. Both of your writing tasks are scored. And the analysis of your weaknesses will be even better than the score report you get from ETS. So the next time you want to take the TOEFL exam, I want you to take a practice test. So you just send me a quick email. I will send you a website that offers practice tests, full-length IBT practice tests for about $34. You can take the test there. When you get the results, then email me and I will tell you, I will interpret the results for you. And if your score overall is more than 80, then you are now ready to register and pay the $200 to take the TOEFL exam. All right, so what do? How do I help you, right? So you say here, I could work on TOEFL 8 hours a day, possibly work in 3 months. I don't know if you should study 8 hours a day. You're going to go crazy, so that's probably too much. But how about this? How about every day? If you want to spend that much time, how about at least 2 hours each day, watch a movie? How about that? Pick a 2-hour movie, watch it. Right? And don't use the caption if possible. Try to focus on what the speakers are saying. If you have to stop it and rewind and do the caption, you can. But that's number 1. Watch 1 movie a day. That's 2 hours out of your 8. Number 2, how about read an hour every day? And you can do reading materials at my website. You can also find additional reading materials, but I recommend newspapers, books, and magazines. So do that. So spend time watching movies and doing some reading. That probably gives you 3 hours a day right there. Now let's talk about my online course. Now remember, speaking and writing are complicated. Why? Because it's not just speaking and writing, but it's also vocabulary improvement that you need. You need to improve your grammar. You need to improve how you're organizing and developing and all of those things. So the next thing, over the next month or so, after you join my course, I want you to start sending me speaking practice every day. I got one rule. Don't send more than 60 seconds of speaking or pronunciation practice daily. And that 60 seconds, I listen to it. I will give you comments. I will tell you what you need to do to improve your speaking based on the recordings you're sending me. So day by day, we start solving delivery, language use, and topic development problems, right? So I think we can work through a lot of your speaking issues if you start sending me speaking and pronunciation practice. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Based on your surname, I believe you might be Vietnamese. Now, what does that mean? That means that you have a very strong Vietnamese accent, and it is killing your TOEFL score right now in the speaking section. Vietnamese speakers are notorious for not pronouncing final consonant sounds. A lot of Vietnamese speakers do not pronounce their medial consonant sounds, and the tone. the intonation that many Vietnamese speakers use when they're speaking English is not natural, so it becomes very difficult for people to understand what you're saying. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because you need to spend most of your time right now solving your pronunciation issues. And that's why you're going to join my online course, because I will give you feedback on the pronunciation exercises at my website. I have over 48 different pronunciation videos. Guess what? At the end of each video, I have some voice recordings that you can record that's practicing what you're learning in that lesson. Then you can email me the recording and I will tell you whether or not you have mastered the target exercises in that lesson. It might be vowel, it might be consonant sounds you're practicing. You could be practicing syllable division and grammatical word endings. You may be practicing word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, or thought groups and blending. Your job is to complete the practice exercises. My job is to tell you if you have mastered the lessons in that video and whether or not you can move on to the next lesson. So for you, you need extra practice with pronunciation. So maybe every 2 days, so on Monday, Tuesday, send me pronunciation practice. Then on Wednesdays, send speaking practice, maybe an independent or integrated speaking task. And then the next day, Thursday, Friday, send me more pronunciation. So you should be spending more than half of your time right now when you're doing speaking practice focusing on pronunciation, and then you can also do speaking. You see what I'm saying? So I think if you just start doing a lot of that pronunciation and speaking practice, you will also improve. And remember, I gave you an assignment to watch movies every day. So every day you're watching a 2-hour movie, and that's also very good exposure for your ears, and that will also help you to begin reducing your non-native speaker accent. I'm telling you, I know this. Your speaking, your pronunciation is very tough to understand right now. That's why your score is around 15 to 18 points out of 30. Writing, we can also solve. Your strategy here after you join my course is to start completing writing practice tests. I have 40 independent writing practice tests. I have 40 integrated writing practice tests. Start sending me practice tests to grade. I will also help you work through some of the issues you're having in that area. Right? So I think that's going to help you. So if you do the speaking and the writing practice, that's going to be very useful. Now, another thing you can do is as you're going through the reading and the listening lessons in my course, I'm going to give you a tip. Of course, you want to complete the comprehension exercises to test your comprehension, but you want to do more than that. So as you do reading and listening practice in my course, I want you to take notes and then use your notes. A lot of people don't think about this, but after you've answered the comprehension questions, I want you to use your notes. And to begin, you want to give maybe 60-second oral responses about those reading and listening passages. Now, when you're doing that kind of speaking practice, do not email that to me. When you're doing a more formal practice test, for example, one of my independent and integrated speaking practices, you want to send me an email about that. But anyway, you should be speaking about the reading and the listening passages that you're practicing. Moreover, you should also be writing about those reading and listening passages. That's also very important. You see what I'm saying? So in that case, I encourage you right now to start writing 3 to 5 250-word summaries of the reading and the listening passages that you're practicing at my website. That's very good practice for your writing. You see what I'm saying? So that's going to help you too. So if you follow some of what I'm saying in this video, you're doing the reading and the listening practice at my site. You're doing the speaking and the writing practice at my site. That's going to be helpful. And also, you can certainly do practice in the vocabulary and the grammar and the pronunciation areas. So my course, it has 7 different areas that you can focus on. Now, what I would do is try to get a variety of practice in all the sections of my course. That means don't just focus on what you like. Some students really like grammar. They spend all their time in the grammar part of my course. Don't do that. You can certainly spend time in the grammar part of my course, but also you should be doing speaking and writing practice on a regular basis. Think about it. I am your TOEFL mentor, As you do speaking practice, I give you comments. As you do writing practice, I give you comments. So without doing the practice and sending it to me, I can't give you the comments and you can't get better. So we got to work together. All right? You can do this. You can reach your goal. It may take 2 to 3 months, but if you stay focused, follow my suggestions, use my course every day. Now remember, you're not using my course for 8 hours a day. You already have 2 hours with a movie, 1 hour during reading, that's 3. And I recommend maybe another 2 to 3 hours you can spend at my online course going through all the sections. You can do this. We can do this. 2 to 3 months, you will be able to reach your goal. And remember, at the end of our study, after maybe 2 months, do not take the TOEFL exam. Remember what I said in the beginning. Send me an email. I will send you a link to a website. You can take a full-length 5-hour IBT practice test. If your score on that test is over 80, then you register to take the TOEFL exam. Alrighty?